What's up, y'all? This is me again in another video. This is like the seventh time that I'm recording this bullshit. It's like almost 1 a.m. and I'm tired as fuck. But I haven't done a trade recap in a long time, so welcome the fuck in. And this is basically what we are sitting at on this Monday. We are up 700 around that. The account is finally not in drawdown, right? We had like a very shitty time, like not really, but my my risk management could have been better. Anyway, this is what happened today. I have no, like, there's nothing more to say. This is what we saw today. Basically, I'm not going to go over everything, but all I'm gonna say is 6 hour cycle for value gap right here, 3:30. So I usually expect the 9:30 candle to react from it. We have this low that I was happily waiting for it to get swept. And you can see here on ES, we are not even close to sweep this bitch. No, my bad, it's this bitch right here, right? So all I did was drop to the 1 minute. Of course, wait for market to open or to be near market open. And you can see I entered 1 minute before market open. You can see we swept this low right here, so it doesn't really matter. And yes, let's see what we did. We swept it as well. No biggie. Next up, oh my god. This is market opened. So I put my my limit order right around here, seven contracts. Why? Because the risk wasn't so big. And here we go, right? And stop loss around this area. I remember I risked around 120 bucks. And if just say this bullshit, bro, right? Now I haven't made 920 bucks. I made around 800 on this first trade, and then I took another trade. And the main reason that I took another trade was because this is what price did right after I closed my trade, right? That's another like 400 bucks. That's 700 bucks right here. And then boom, that's another like almost 1500 if I'm calculating this bullshit right. So anyway, I decided to take another trade. I lost around 100 bucks. Then I took another trade and lost around, no, I was break even on that trade, and that's basically it for today. But I can say after this Monday, even though it's just only one day, this one and Friday, where I was approaching the market different, where I was looking for certain things that gave me way more confidence than the usual fair value gap right here. Like back then I wouldn't understand why price would react from this area and not from this area, right? This one is bigger, so it must, no, that's not how it works. But we can see we have a stacked up area of PD arrays and time-based PD arrays, and all of that's bullshit, and Q3 is waiting for us right here, and price did a turtle soup. And back then I would have been able to maybe catch this trade right here, because there is a turtle soup and we all know about turtle soup, but I would have probably felt less secure about this trade. So now, after taking the new mentorship and understanding the market way deeper than usual, I feel way more secure. As I said, my approach for the market is different. I sit back and relax instead of hurrying up to catch every single inverse fair value gap, every single rejection block, every single fair value gap. And I know how price will react, not fully, but I know that it will react, for example, from this area. Look, that was my second trade idea. I just didn't do this because I was a pussy, but look, this is the 9:30 candle, right? This is the 10 p.m. candle. 7 contracts in. Look, we got tagged in. Yeah, that was not what it was supposed to do. Anyway, this is the 9:45. Now, just see. Just look at what price does now. Boom. Look at that. Right at my entry. Let's say we put a stop loss right here. 210% of the funded. And oh my god, are we going to get embarrassed here? But anyway, the trade would have went differently if I just scaled down in the time frames. So now I feel way more secure. My approach is different. I'm way more chill now than back then, where I used to, you know, sit in front of the charts and wait till the 10 a.m. candle opened so I could fucking trade. And it felt more like a race and a run after price and after a setup, instead of just, doing what the market is presenting to us. And yeah, I feel more secure about it, as I said. But the main reason I'm way happier right now about this trading journey is basically because I have a purpose now, and how lucky we are to have a purpose. Now I won't say that becoming that making to that getting my next payout, my first payout is my purpose. No, because it is a part, like it's a milestone rather than a purpose. My purpose is to make so much money that I can first of all be secure. you know I won't have to be worried about housing, cars, crisis and stuff, relocation even, and of course my family members, and to influence the right way. And money is the beginning of everything. But when I'm right now looking at the charts at 9:30 until 11 a.m., all I'm doing is just basically chasing price and looking at price, and I'm not complaining because that's a part of the job. But I feel like there's something deeper and greater than me just trading trading stocks. You feel me? I feel like now that I'm studying the new theory of the quarterly theory and the time-based sheet and the true liquidity and Q3s and all this bullshit, bro. And Power 6, Power 9, and all this stuff. I feel like I have something way deeper to long for, instead of just waiting for a mechanical setup, just like I used to do with this projection block or this. I feel like I have discretion now. You feel me? I took a trade today that my mentor didn't took. That's crazy to me because that's like what, the second week that I'm using his strategy, and it's only Monday. It's great, it's fantastic, and I'm happy, but I still need to pursue something greater, because as I said, freedom is great, but too much freedom can be a, a, a prison. Yeah, a prison. That's basically it. I'm now on a holiday for like around 2 weeks, and I'm not doing nothing besides studying, smoking maybe, and yeah, I'm going out a lot, but smoking, studying, and working out, which is great. But again, yeah, it's too free to me because right now it's 1 a.m. I can sleep at 5 a.m. and no one will bug an eye. I will have nothing to show up for besides the markets 15 minutes before the markets open. You feel me? And if I want to work out, I can do it at 5 a.m. I can do it tomorrow morning. I can do it tomorrow night. Nothing to rush me to. So I'm starting to think if this is freedom because I want free time, or it's freedom because I want to be freed from working at a corporation and submitting to a boss like like a good boy basically. And these are thoughts that I don't know where they come from, because back then when I was basically studying all this entrepreneurship, I would basically dream of this type of stuff to happen. I would dream of me sitting back, relaxing all day and doing nothing besides playing Ghost of Tsushima and Red Dead Redemption, right? But now it's not the case. I want to work, I want to connect, I want to feel like I'm doing something meaningful rather than making money. If money is all I have, then I have nothing, bro. That's it. So all I gotta say is that I pray that I will find something meaningful to do after I master this skill of trading. I know it will be boring. I know it will feel like I'm purposeless, but it will still be something that will pay off in the long run. Like imagine opening the charts and just making your salary. That's insane. Yeah, that's what I had to do and say. So today was a great day of trading. The account is finally not in drawdown, so I can breathe. If I will lose 200 tomorrow, I will be happy. If I lose 400 tomorrow, I will be less happy, but I will still come back up on Wednesday. And I gotta say is that don't get caught out in this entrepreneurship shit. Don't think like you need freedom when all you had is freedom. If you are 16, 17, even 18, bro, you never experience slavery. Let's call it that, slavery, enslavement. You never experience a real job that you can call this bullshit. Uh, that you can tell yourself the idea of, yeah, I want freedom, I deserve freedom. I'm Yo, that was a great rejection block. Anyway, just just don't look to be lazy, right? If you want to get rich and to become an entrepreneur and to pursue a trading career, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, all this bullshit, whatever, don't get this, don't get into it for the wrong reasons, right? Worry about the future. Money is never like a bad thing to pursue, but it just depends what's the reasons that you are doing that. Because imagine if you are 17 years old, all your hormones are kicking in, and the first paycheck that you get from trading, the first payout, you will go to a stripper, bro. Imagine that. That would be embarrassing. Dang, bro. Imagine that. I'm happy I'm not 17 years old no more. But that's all I got to say is that basically make your money. Use the money that you have to influence some other people. Now, I'm not saying that you will need to start a mentorship and be like, yeah, I'm the next guru and I can make people make money. So now we are all happy and shit. But that's not how it works. We all know what gurus are, and we know that there is a deeper reason for that. That's not, and it's not helping them. It's just making money off of them. So please, bro, don't be a bitch about it. Don't act like that. Don't make them. Yeah, I'm so tired right now, even though I slept a lot. I checked my cycle, like my sleep quality, and I ended up sleeping 7 hours last night, but I only slept like 40 minutes deeply out of those 7 hours. I feel like something is wrong, and I started to track my dreams, which is insane as well, bro. Because, I'm just talking to Gemini about my dreams, like I'm writing it down, telling him that, and he just, oh my god, what happened? Anyway, he's telling me that, and I'm just like, feeling weirded out about this thing because it's basically, yeah, that's not the topic for today's video. Nobody wants to hear about your dream, gang. Anyway, I respect you and appreciate you if you watch this bullshit. If I manage to make some sense into your brain, I'm happy. If not, watch this shit again. If you still didn't understand that, fuck you. That's what I got to say. And damn, 13 minutes. I filmed this bullshit for like 7 times. I can show you all. Look, I hope it won't turn out. Yeah, the recording is still up. Anyway, look, all of these videos are from now. It took me an hour to finally finish a fucking trade recap video. And trust me, I wasn't trying to go deep. Like it only happened in the second or third recording, like to the last. So that's amazing. Anyway, I hope that tomorrow will be great because Trump is about to say some bullshit again. And I fucking hate this nigga. But yeah, everything is cool right now. We are not in drawdown no more. We can finally trade freely. And I hope that tomorrow will be greater than today and that I will work on the things that I've told you that I need to work, and I still need to finish the mentorship. I have like 2 or 3 videos, no, two, even less, because I was like in the middle of this 3 hour long lecture, and I was like, I only have like 40 minutes left for this 3 hour lecture, so that's great. Anyway, I will probably go to sleep right now if I will be able to sleep, but this video will go up right now, so tell me good night and yeah, goodbye, bruv.